Are you planning to do the Great Loop? Here's what will make or break your experience, and it's not what most people think. The Great Loop is over 5,000 miles of adventure that typically takes 1 to 2 years to complete. Most people obsess over engine hours, fuel capacity, and draft. But here's what they miss. You're not just cruising, you're living aboard, full-time, for months or years. I'm Amanda Haley, an 8-year live-aboard veteran, so I know all the tips and tricks. In this video, I'll break down the 5 interior features that separate boats you'll love living on from boats that'll drive you crazy within weeks. And a cranky captain or mate won't make great decisions, so watch this video carefully. Feature number 1, a proper sleeping arrangement. To start, if you're sleeping on converted cushions in a V-berth, you'll be miserable in no time. You need a real master berth with an actual mattress, not foam cushions that shift and gap in the middle of every night. After long days navigating locks, dealing with weather, and managing your boat, quality sleeping becomes non-negotiable. Here's what to look for. Number 1, access. An island berth or walk-around queen bed that can access from both sides. Crawling over your partner every morning gets old fast. Number 2, ventilation. Good ventilation around the sleeping area, ideally the berth is fitted with slats. You'll be dealing with humidity from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast, and proper airflow prevents that musty smell and keeps you comfortable. Number 3, privacy. Whether it's curtains or a proper bulkhead separation from the main cabin, you need the ability to close off your sleeping space. Trust me on this one. Number 4, storage. Look for compartments underneath or alongside the berth. You're bringing clothes for up to 4 seasons, and they need to go somewhere accessible. Bottom line, if you wouldn't be comfortable sleeping there for a year in your house, you won't be comfortable on your boat. Feature 2, a functional galley with real cooking capability. Eating out every night sounds fun until you see your budget after the first few months. For a 1 or 2 year journey, you need a galley that lets you actually cook. And here's what makes the difference. Number 1, a full-size refrigerator, not just a cooler or mini fridge. You'll be provisioning for days or weeks at a time in remote areas. You need real refrigeration capacity and a proper freezer. Number 2, a stove and oven, or at minimum a quality cooktop with multiple burners. Yes, you can survive on a single burner and microwave, but after a few months, you wish you had real cooking capability. Number 3, adequate counter space for meal prep. This is non-negotiable. You can't cook properly if you're constantly moving things around to find space or to chop vegetables. Number 4, a deep sink with good water pressure. You'll be washing dishes by hand almost daily. A shallow sink with weak pressure makes this chore even worse. And finally, pantry storage for non-perishables. Canned goods, pasta, rice, spices. You need organized space for provisions. The boat that works best have dedicated pantry cabinets with secure latching so nothing shifts underway. Here's my pro tip. Many successful loopers say the galley is where they spend the most time after the helm. Make sure it's a space you actually want to be in. By the way, I know this list is getting long, but don't worry about taking notes. I have created a free downloadable checklist for you, something you can use as your guide when you start researching and shopping for your future Great Loop boat. Look for the link in the description below. Feature 3, an enclosed head with separate shower. After long days underway, you want privacy and comfort, not a wet head where everything, including your toilet, gets soaked every time you shower. Here's what you're looking for. Number 1, standing headroom. Ideally 6 feet or more if that fits your height. You'll be in here daily for 1 to 2 years. Hunching over gets old immediately. A separate shower stall. This is huge. Wet heads where the entire bathroom becomes the shower might work for weekend trips, but not for daily living. You want to keep your toilet storage and getting dressed area dry. Number 3, ventilation. A good ventilation fan is paramount. Humidity is your enemy, especially in enclosed spaces. Proper ventilation prevents mold, eliminates odor, and makes the space actually pleasant. Number 4, hot water. Make sure you've got a reliable hot water system. Cold showers are character building for about 2 days, and then they're just miserable. Adequate storage. For toiletries, towels, and personal items, you're not living out of a travel bag. You need organized, accessible storage. Feature 4, climate control throughout. Here's what people forget. The Great Loop takes you from the cold of the Great Lakes to the heat and humidity of the Gulf Coast. Your boat needs to handle both extremes. Number 1, a heating system for northern sections. Whether it's forced air heat, a diesel heater, or engine heat exchangers, you need something that keeps you warm when you're anchored in colder climates. Number 2, air conditioning for southern stretches. The Gulf Coast, Florida, and midsummer anywhere on the loop can be brutally hot. Without AC, you won't sleep and you'll be cranky. Number 3, proper insulation in the cabin walls. This is often overlooked, but it makes heating and cooling far more efficient. Well-insulated boats stay comfortable with less energy. Number 4, opening ports and hatches for natural ventilation. Sometimes the best climate control is fresh air. Look for boats with multiple opening hatches and ports strategically placed for cross-ventilation. Number 5, a protected helm. Here's a big one, an interior helm position for weather protection. You'll encounter rain, cold, and challenging conditions. Being able to operate from inside while staying dry and warm makes those days bearable. Before we get to the final feature, thanks for watching this far. If this video is helping you plan your Great Loop adventure, please hit the like button and share it with your cruising buddies. Comfort matters when you're living aboard, so let's talk about the last critical feature. Feature 5, abundant storage with easy access. Here's the hard truth. You're bringing 2 years worth of gear, clothes for 4 seasons, tools, spare parts, cleaning supplies, and everything you need for daily living. And all that needs to go somewhere organized and accessible. Number 1, cedar-lined hanging lockers for clothes. You need real hanging space for shirts, jackets, and anything that shouldn't live in a drawer. Cedar lining helps prevent musty smells and protects fabrics. Number 2, deep storage compartments with good access. Not just deep holes you have to unload completely to reach anything at the bottom. Look for drawers, pull-out bins, or compartments with wide openings. Number 3, dedicated spaces for tools, spare parts, and cleaning supplies. You'll be maintaining your boat throughout the journey, and having organized storage for these essentials saves endless frustration. Number 4, wine and liquor storage. Yes, I'm serious. The Great Loop has an incredibly active and social community. You'll be entertaining fellow loopers regularly, and having dedicated storage for beverages becomes important. Number 5, file storage for important documents, registration, insurance, charts, lock schedules, custom paperwork. If you're doing the Canadian portion, you need a dry, organized place for critical documents. Pro tip from experienced loopers: walk through the boat and imagine actually living there. Open every storage compartment. Where will your winter coats go? Your toolkit, your spare oil and filters. If you can't easily answer these questions, the boat doesn't have adequate storage. The social space. One more thing that experienced loopers consistently mention: the salon or main cabin space matters more than you think. The Great Loop community is incredibly welcoming and social. You'll be hosting other loopers, swapping stories, sharing tips, and building friendships that last long after the journey ends. Boats that work well for the loop typically have a comfortable social space, good seating, table area for charts or meals together, and enough room for a few people to gather comfortably. Many loopers love trawlers specifically because they naturally offer these interior features: spacious salons, functional galleys, comfortable berths, and abundant storage. Here's the bottom line. The Great Loop isn't just a cruise. It's a lifestyle change for 1 to 2 years. Engine specs and fuel capacity matter, but interior livability is what makes the journey enjoyable versus endurable. You're not visiting these places, you're living in them. Choose a boat with interior features that support the reality, and you'll love every mile of the journey. Do you have questions about the Great Loop boats or the journey itself? Drop them in the comments. Subscribe for more practical boat buying and cruising guidance. And if you're looking to buy a boat to cruise the Loop, you'll want to watch our complete first-time buyer's guide. I will link to it up here. We'll see you on the water. Fair winds.